Today we're going to be looking at pants. Now there's a lot that can go wrong with pants, and I think it is probably the trickiest area of the woman's body to cover. I've actually got a selection of all of my pants here, and I'm just going to guide you through what I've learnt over the years about wearing pants. Now for the first pair that I'm going to show you, what I recommend is just wearing some smooth underwear like this. If you've actually got something that's a little bit tighter fitting, then these are really good. They've got a really tapered edge, and so it means that you don't actually see any seams. So I just wear this instead of underwear. I'm just going to show you the first pair now. So these are the first pair. They're actually cream pleather or synthetic leather from River Island, and they are very body skimming, which is a little bit unusual for me. But when I saw them, I just really liked them. So as I said, I've actually got that underwear on that I showed you before, and I actually tend to wear these with a longer jacket, so it's not everything is on show. But I just wanted to sort of dip my toe into the whole leather pant look, and I thought this pleather would be the easiest and cheapest way to do this. But I really quite like it. It is quite a fun sort of pair of pants. So I prefer a more looser fit. I just find that my days of skinny jeans are coming to an end, and I just feel a lot more comfortable in a pair of pants like this. So this has got a high waist, and they're sort of like a Cupro fabric feel. They're really nice. Sometimes when I'm walking along, people are saying, is that a skirt or is it pants? And I go, no, it's pants. But they're so wide leg, they're really, really cool. So they actually come to my ankle, and I can wear these with white sneakers or even just really showing off the shoe. And I just find that when you've got a cropped length, then the shoe is more of a feature, and you can actually tend to go a little bit wider in the leg. But I think these days everyone's just going more for comfort. And what I find too is by having the flow of the fabric, that is actually really flattering, rather than just showing off your body all the time, but actually letting the fabric do the talking. And that's what I really like about these pants. These are another pair of aqua blue pants, very similar to the ones that I just wore before, but these are by a company called Q. It's an Australian brand. I just love Q. I actually bought these in a consignment shop. So they were brand new. They were originally about $270, and then I got them for $65 or something around about there. And they've never been worn, so I just really got lucky. But they're so well made, as you can see, really high waistband. It's linen, no pockets, which I really like, because then that way it can just skim over the hips, and really wide leg. You probably can't see here, but they're really long. And so this is actually in contrast to the crop length. So what I do with these ones is I actually just have them going over the shoe, and then it just elongates the line. And that accompanied with that sort of more A-line frame, it just sort of gives me more of an hourglass shape, which is something that I'm always aspiring to. But these pants are great. They're really hard wearing, and I can wear them formally. They are linen, so they do crease a little bit, but that's really part of the charm of linen. Another trick that sometimes women do to actually disguise any bulk around their area is have an elasticated waist. But I would recommend against that. So what I would suggest instead is go for a pair of pants like this with a really high waistband, and see how they actually sort of wrap around a little bit. So they go quite high, and then with all of the tailoring, the darts and everything, then that gives you the shape that way, and then you slowly, the fabric gets let out here when you're sort of going past that area, and then of course it just flares out. I love these pants. These are Giorgio Armani. I actually got them from the Real. I don't know what they would have retailed for, but I got them for a really good price. It was about $60 or $70, which would be a reasonable price that you would pay for a good pair of pants. But in this case, I got them for a designer pair of pants. So I'm not really into pockets, but they do have pockets. I guess they give a good relaxed look, and then they just flare out slightly. They've also got a really long hem, so I do tend to cover the shoe when I'm wearing these. But these are just a great, reliable pair of pants. They're dark grey with a pinstripe, so they'll just go with everything. Very forgiving in all of those problem areas, and I think they're actually quite flattering as well. Really comfortable to wear. Once again, another really simple pair of pants. I do actually prefer my pants to be more simple, and then I can put the emphasis on the top half, because then the problematic area is not drawing too much attention. So these are a lovely linen pair of pants. They're from a brand called Aerie, A-E-R-E, and I got them off ASOS. And they're a really fabulous pair of linen pants that I wear to work. They're really good. And they did actually have pockets, but I actually cut them out. So I cut them out and then I just stitch it there, because I just prefer a neater line here. I'm not really into having my hands in my pockets. The reason I kept the other ones from the Giorgio Armani is because it would have actually spoilt the whole line to have cut them. So if you're not really into pockets like me, you can actually cut them and then stitch them up. But what I recommend that you do, because I've been caught out with this, is put them on inside out, because you do actually get a little bit of bulk around here. So the pieces of the pocket won't line up the same way on you as what they will on a flat surface. So then pin them, and then you know that they can line up, because I'll show you with another pair when I did that and they sort of got a little bit bulky. So I've learned from my mistakes with that one. But yeah, just a simple pair of pants, and then you can have all the drama on the top. So another really simple pair of pants. I don't think you can get more simple than cream or beige linen pants. There's very little embellishment on here. This is really the only design detail. It's got a very thin waistband and then a little bit of darting, and very simple at the back, straight leg. But these are great, and means then that you can put the drama elsewhere in the outfit. And then the fabric is just covering over all of the problem areas, and you feel really comfortable. Another wardrobe staple is a pair of white linen pants. You really can't go wrong. I actually got these from a consignment store. They're Sea Folly, so really good Australian brand, but I got them secondhand, so they were really affordable. And they did actually have pockets, but I didn't like the white outline, so I cut them out. I didn't do my little trick of inside out then, because these are quite a loose fitting pair, so it didn't really matter. But these are just fantastic. I could wear them in summer, covers all my legs, but they are really cool and they're just fantastic. They go with everything. So these are more of a loose fitting fit, which is more for a casual look. But yeah, summer staple. I actually had to stop myself from continuing to buy white linen pants. I'm like, Heather, you've got 2 pairs, that's enough. These are my second pair of white linen pants. As you can see, they do have pockets, and I just felt a little bit nervous about cutting them out, because I thought whatever I do, it would be really obvious. So I just decided to keep them in, but I'm not the kind of person that will walk around like this. So it's really just part of the look. So these pair are a little bit more fitted and a little bit more tailored. They are quite thin, I don't know if you can tell. So I do actually have my shape shorts on that I showed you earlier, and then that just makes sure that you don't get any VPLs, which is really good. But this pair here is a little bit more tailored, so I'd probably wear it for a little bit of a smarter outfit. But yeah, white linen pants, you just can't go wrong. So once again, definitely I'm in the no pocket brigade. These pants did actually come with pockets, and so I cut them out, and it was a little bit easier because it wasn't as obvious. But I did actually make the mistake of doing it flat, so I've learnt from my mistakes with that one. I don't know if you can tell, but it's just a little bit bulky, because the front part of the inner pocket, there's actually more of it than what's behind. So I've learnt from my mistakes now, turning it inside out. But I really like these pants. Once again, some linen pants. I love pink, high waistband. They're really comfortable, skim over the hips, slightly wide leg, and they do actually go over the shoe. So then that just gives that continuous line. But I really love these pants. Another pair of no pocket pants. So these ones are actually quite voluminous, but I really like them. They're linen. And I think what makes them quite flattering is the shape that they give with the darts. And you can see here on the ankle that they actually go in at the ankle as well. I call them my harem pants. They're just so comfortable. They're cool in summer because they're not clinging to my skin. They're just fantastic, and they just go right to the ankle and then they taper in. Now with this next pair, I'm just going to show you what I did with the pockets. I've got them inside out. So if you're like me and you also don't like pockets, this is what I did, is I actually then just cut along here. But what I've learned from my mistakes is I need to put them on and then pin them in place while they're on my body, because the front part, when they're laying flat, the front part will actually pull everything backwards, whereas when they're on you, they will actually line up properly and then they'll sit flat. So the next time I get a pair that I need to take the pockets off, then that's what I'm going to do. Now these pants are great, they're cotton and they're just slightly wide leg. They are actually cropped. I wear them a lot to work in winter. They're just fantastic, and I wear them with some ankle boots. They're just slightly cropped and they're really comfortable, cover everything that needs to be covered. But because they're cropped, they're just a little bit fun. So these pants here are a silk linen blend, and they're from an Australian brand called Country Road. So these pants here are high-waisted, silk linen blend. They're just beautiful. They do have pockets, and I kept them in just because I didn't want to mess them up. So I thought it's okay, I'll just leave them as they are. But they're quite a wide leg, a cropped length. I'm becoming more and more of a fan of cropped length, but I think there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of with an effective crop length. I think that if you go shorter in the hem, you should go a little bit wider. So these pants here are the beige version of these ones from Chic, and they're fantastic to wear because I can do anything in them. You know, I've often had people say, is that a skirt or is it pants? And I go, no, it's pants, because as I'm walking along, there's just so much flow. But what I find is I can do anything in it. I don't have to treat it like a skirt because I know I'm wearing pants. You know, you can do squats, just anything. And there's just so much volume here. But what I like about it is the high waist. So then I can actually wear a fitted top, and then that just balances out the proportions. So the good thing about wearing cropped is you can actually highlight the ankle. And when you see a little bit of skin, because I am fairly fine boned, then it actually gives a sense of the proportion of my body. And so I do find that by having a little bit of ankle showing, and then I can show off my shoe, and then also it gives a sense that I am actually quite fine boned, that I'm not just drowning in all of this fabric. Another pair of cropped pants. So these ones are navy. They're just really good workhorse pants for in the middle of winter. They cover everything, very simple, cropped length. And I tend to wear them with these, my red patent leather Mary Janes, just so that then the ankle is shown and I can really showcase these shoes. But these are just fantastic pants. They just fit perfectly. And so these are orange linen, and they're from another Australian brand called Forever New. I actually got them from the DFO, the Direct Factory Outlet, and they were like a third of the original price because I got them at the end of the season. They're just fantastic. I really love orange. It's such a bright, happy colour. And as you can see, they're so simple but just so well made. They have the appearance of pockets, but this was actually how they came. They didn't actually have pockets in them. So they are cropped and just slightly wide leg, little bit of give. They do come with a fabric belt, which I use sometimes, but not all the time. Sometimes I don't have anything on, I don't use it at all. I just have the top going over it. Sometimes I do actually use it, and other times I use my own. And every time I wash these pants, I wash the belt with it, so that then they fade at the same rate, which is really good. So yeah, these are really fun pants. So if you like my content and you want to see more, please click like and subscribe. Please join me next week when we're going to look at shirts and tops that are classic, elegant, and fun.